Welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you all of you for joining us today. Before we move into our panel presentations, I have just a couple of housekeeping items to discuss with you. The first is how you ask questions to the panelists. You're going to use the Zoom Q&A button, and you'll be able to direct questions to specific universities or colleges. You'll be able to ask general questions of all the panelists. And we would encourage you to continue asking questions throughout the presentation. You do not need to wait to have a certain panelist be presenting in order to ask questions. You're welcome to engage with them throughout the course of the presentations. Your camera and microphone are off. So the panelists will not be able to hear or see you during the presentation. We'd also like to encourage you to sign up for more sessions. This is just one of many college sessions going on. And you can do that at the StriveScan Virginia website, the same place where you signed up for this session. We'd also like to let you know that we are recording this session, and the recording will be available in about a week from today on that same StriveScan website. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first panelist, which will be High Point University.
Hi, so my name is Melissa Blakeney, and I am the High Point representative for Virginia. So I'll be the one working with all students from Virginia. High Point is on the smaller side, a liberal arts university in High Point, North Carolina, which is in the Piedmont Triad of North Carolina, smack dab in the middle. So at first, we're going to talk a little bit about our freshman majors. We have 59 majors and 64 minors to choose from. These are our top 10 freshman majors, with undeclared being our most popular for students to come in as. As for our state-of-the-art academic facilities, we have an amazing human biomechanics and physiology lab for our exercise science and physical therapy students. Kane Conservatory, which is absolutely beautiful with a ton of plants that any student can use. Our Cult Planetarium, which is the picture in the background. We have news and radio studios, as well as our BB&T executive boardroom for all students to use to practice presenting in a boardroom style situation instead of just the typical classroom situation that you would expect from college. We also have a 15-to-1 student-faculty ratio, with 100% of our classes being taught by faculty, and so you'll never take a class by a TA or graduate student. We have a 4-year graduation guarantee, meaning that if you are taking the courses that your success coach is telling you to take, then you will graduate in 4 years, as well as a tuition-free 5th-year master's program, which is in business communication and leadership. Our success coaches are something unique to High Point, and so those are kind of someone to bridge the gap from high school to college, to help you prepare yourself and adjust to the different situations that you'll encounter in college, because it's definitely a very different environment than you would expect from high school. And Project Discovery is our program to help students find their major. It's a 9-step process that you'll work through with your success coach to help you find your major. If you're unsure of what you want to major in, they'll help you try different classes, take aptitude tests, things like that. Up next are unique educational experiences. So 25% of High Point's education is experiential learning or hands-on learning. And part of that is access to industry leaders. So in this picture here, you'll see Byron Pitts, who's an NBC Nightline news anchor, working with our students in our TV studio. He comes multiple times a year when he's not on TV to work with our students, as well as many other industry leaders across all majors. We also have an internship guarantee program similar to that graduation guarantee program. As long as you're doing what our internship office is telling you to do, we guarantee you will get an internship. We also offer undergraduate research in all majors as early as your freshman year, as well as student teaching in local classrooms, crime house on campus for our criminal justice majors, and a stock trading room for our business majors. We also believe in modeling values and building character. So with our HPU Gives Back program, our students complete a ton of community service hours. And one of my favorite programs that we have is our freshman book program. So every student coming in as a freshman brings in a children's book, and we donate those to local elementary schools and children in need. As for our student life, we have 16 NCAA Division I teams in the Big South Conference with 200 plus campus clubs and student organizations, including but not limited to fraternity and sorority life, club and intramural sports, and multiple religious groups across campus. We have a few different application plans all on the Common App. Our first one being our binding early decision application plans that's saying you're 100% committed to High Point, and with that plan you would find out if you're admitted in November. And then we also have our early non-binding plan, which I highly suggest for students because you will get to know your decision in December. However, it's non-binding, so you'll know much earlier than the regular decision plan. As for next steps, we are currently open for campus tours, so if you feel comfortable coming down to campus, we are happy to have you for individual family tours. We also have virtual tours if you can't make it down to campus on our website, as well as a virtual information session every day at 3 p.m. And then each week on Tuesdays at 4 p.m., we have a Panther Perspective session, which is a session based off of different areas of study at High Point, as well as different resources on campus, including our tutoring services and our success coaches. And then we also offer admissions interviews that you can schedule with me at any time on our website, as well as just contacting your counselor, who is me. And here is all of my information. You can feel free to take a picture of that. I'm going to be the one working with you throughout this process. I read your application. I help you make your way to High Point. But yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask those in the Q&A.
Thank you very much, High Point University. So now we're going to move to our next school, which is Randolph College.
Thank you, Chris. Good evening to everyone that's attending tonight. My name is Scott Cooper. I am the Director of Recruitment here at Randolph College. Just small fun facts about me. I am managing territories in Northern Virginia, Maryland, and DC, so I do appreciate you all coming out here tonight. Just some quick fast facts about our institution here at Randolph College. We are what you call a small private liberal arts school. We have 30 majors, 43 minors, as well as 5 pre-professional programs and 3 graduate degree programs as well too. Also, we are very small, and when I say small, I mean really small. 600 student population with an average class size of 11, but the student faculty to ratio will be 8-to-1 in majority of your classes as well too. So you get a very, very, very personalized education here at Randolph. And what we're doing with our personalized education is kind of taking it to the next level with our Take 2 initiative. Our Take 2 initiative is something new that we're doing for the fall of 2021. As you can see in the top left, this is the typical common model where you have your 3 classes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and also your classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Usually your classes can range anywhere between 5 to 6 classes or 4 to 6 classes per semester. At most institutions, what we've done is scrap that idea and went to a more intensive model with 2 classes per 7 weeks. And they go from 3 credit hours to 4 credit hours. So what you will do is have 1 class on Monday, both classes on Tuesdays. You will always have Wednesdays off. Thursday, you'll have 1 class and 2 classes on Friday. So you'll have even more increased academic supports, but you're also able to build your brand outside of college as well too. So you'll be able to get a part-time job. You'll be able to start researching more internship opportunities, as well as be creative on campus still with building your brand with clubs and organizations as well too. So you will only have to focus on 2 classes per 7 weeks, and it is very intensive course load. But however, it will just be those 2 courses that you'll be focusing on, and that starts in fall 2021. This is just some beautiful images of how it is outside the classroom, the clubs and organization. Like I said, we did start off as a private liberal arts institution here at Randolph College. So we do have the art side of things, but we also do have the athletic side of things. We are Division III in athletics as well too, and we're part of the ODAC conference. So one thing about us is that we're also a research school. So we have a lot of opportunities to do research. We have a lot of grant money that has been issued to us to be able to do research opportunities as well too. Our study abroad programs can go from a semester all the way up to a full year as well too. And also there are some that are a couple weeks as well too. So we have numerous opportunities for study abroad programs. Once when everything goes back to a little bit being normal. But our research programs, whether it's something that is already mandated or an idea you have, we do have grant money for those opportunities here as well too. General admissions, these numbers that you see, the 3.5, the 1080, and the 24 ACT are all averages from this past year. We look for around a minimum 2.5 GPA, and we are completely test optional this year. So there's no test required this year. If you do send in your test scores, it will help, but if you don't have any test scores or you don't send them in, it won't hurt you at all. We do the common application as well as we have our own personal application, and our application is completely free as well too. We do have an early action deadline. Our March 1st is regular decision deadline, as well as National Decision Day is May 1st, of course. But that's just a quick, easy process. All we need is your transcripts and your application in order just to get you a decision. Financial aid. So 100% of our students do receive some type of financial aid. We have merit-based and need-based scholarships. And of course, if you all don't know, the FAFSA is open right now. This is our FAFSA code here, and we always tell students you have more opportunity with money with us when you do the FAFSA very early, because we have a lot of stackable scholarships that are based upon need and some that are not based upon need as well too. So the earlier you get that stuff in, the more opportunities you have money with us. And this is just to give you an idea of the scholarships we do have that can range anywhere between $4,000 to $28,000. Our total cost is a little less than $38,000. We did a tuition reset where we were $55,000 last year, but we're now down to a little less than $38,000 as a whole. I know I ran through a lot of that stuff quickly because I know we're on a time span right here, but my name is Scott Cooper. All of my personal information is located right here. My office number and my cell phone number as well too, and my direct email. We are offering tours as we speak. We do offer them 9, 11, and 2 p.m. every day, and also 9 and 12 on weekends as well too. We also have a virtual open house coming up next week, October 8th. So if you are able to make the virtual open house from the comfort of your own home, it's easy to sign up. If you need more info on sign up, I can definitely relay that information to you. But I thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you for your time, and thanks again.
Thank you, Randolph College. As we transition to our next presenter, just a reminder for any of attendees who have recently joined us, you are welcome and encouraged to engage with all the panelists through the Q&A feature here in Zoom. You can ask specific questions to specific colleges and universities, or you can ask general questions of all of the panelists tonight. So next up for us is John Tyler Community College.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jordan Meadows. I'm the outreach coordinator at John Tyler Community College. At Tyler, our vision statement is a success story for every student. And through all of the supports and resources at Tyler that I'm going to talk to you about today, I hope you'll see how our vision statement is something that we truly believe in at the school. So let's start off. Here's Tyler at a glance. We've got 2 campus locations, one in Midlothian, Virginia, and one in Chester, Virginia. We've got over 14,000 students enrolled at Tyler, which may sound like a lot, but with all the options and pathways at Tyler, we've been able to cultivate smaller class sizes, with the average class size being about 15 students. And with all those options and pathways, we've got about over 75 majors and programs, and that include associate degrees, transfer-specific associate degrees for those that want to go on to the 4-year schools, and then technical and trade programs designed to prepare students for skilled trade jobs that are in high demand right now. So some of those programs, I've divided up some of the most popular ones into 3 categories. These technical programs teach skills for entry-level, high-demand jobs, which are typically less than 2 years long, and you can come out of it with qualifications for entry-level jobs with salaries ranging from $40,000 to $55,000 a year. These programs are great for students that don't want that traditional classroom setting, want to work with their hands, learn a skill, and join the workforce. Our transfer degrees listed are some of the most popular at Tyler. They're designed to transfer to a four-year institution. After completion, you'll receive your associate's degree and you can transfer to a four-year school of your choice. Additionally, at Tyler, we have guaranteed acceptance agreements with all of the four-year state schools in Virginia, like JMU, UVA, VCU, VSU, ODU, Virginia Tech, and many more. The agreements are basically contracts between the community colleges and the four-year schools that outline certain course requirements and GPA requirements. And if you satisfy those criteria, you have a guaranteed acceptance into that school. This is actually what I did after high school. I went to community college for 2 years, and then I had a guaranteed acceptance to UVA where I earned my bachelor's degree. And then these career majors are geared towards joining the workforce after completion. Some of them are certifications and some of them are associate degrees. And those associate degrees, even though they're not designed to transfer to a four-year school, it doesn't mean it's not possible. But they may require some additional requirements from that four-year institution, and some of the courses within that program might not transfer over completely. And then if you want to see more options and majors, you can visit catalog.jtcc.edu or scan that QR code there. And so back to the success story for every student. Not only are the professors and faculty highly invested in helping our students reach the goals, especially with the small class sizes, they really get to know you. They know when you don't show up to class. But Tyler, we also have other supports and resources in place to ensure success for every student. For example, the ARC, it has free tutoring. It's the Academic Resource Center. And as a student at Tyler, you have unlimited access for free tutoring. The ARC has student tutors that have done well in those classes, professional tutors, and many professors will host office hours in there. And they'll also create like study plans for you, where you take all your syllabi from all your classes and they'll schedule it out for you with any other outside commitments that you may have, and tell you when, oh, you should be studying for this exam at this time, or make sure you don't go out of town because you have all these final exams during this week. Things like that just help you stay organized. Our libraries, they're more than just books. They host workshops, they have activities on a wide variety of topics. You can reserve study rooms, reserve technology and equipment for any classes and projects that you've got going on, and they've got free printing. And then career services. One of the big reasons that you're going to college is to get a job. Our career services will help you find a job while you're at Tyler and also try to find a job for you after Tyler. They host job fairs, help students find internships within their programs of study, and they'll even provide you a free interview outfit if you don't have one. And student life. Being a community college, we don't live on campus, but we still have a host of activities. Student activities will host events like pickup games on the quad for students between classes. There's musicals and plays that go on each semester, and you don't actually even have to be in theater programs to audition for those plays. And we have many intramural sports and over 30 clubs available for students. And if you don't find the club that you wanted, it's very easy to start one of your own. And applying to Tyler is very easy. We've got a free application. There's no essays, no SAT or ACT requirement, and no letters of recommendation. If you would like to apply now, you can scan that QR code or go to the website, jtcc.edu/apply. If you would like more information, you can email me or text me at that number, 804-464-8484, or info@jtcc.edu. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, John Tyler. So our next presenter will be University of South Florida.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa. I am your admissions advisor for the University of South Florida, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about USF today and our admissions requirements. USF is a large public research university located in the Tampa Bay region of Florida. It is a very metropolitan region as well. We are comprised of 3 different campuses, so USF Tampa, USF St. Petersburg, and USF Sarasota Manatee. Our metropolitan region provides a lot of really great opportunities for students to aid in their professional goals and just for personal enrichment. The Tampa Bay community is very, very supportive of our university, and so students really do have an opportunity to get a lot of experience, whether it's through internships or jobs. We also want our students to get out and enjoy all that Tampa has to offer, whether it's visiting our cultural institutions, our museums, our performing arts centers. If you want to get out and go to our theme parks like Busch Gardens, we have 4 professional sports teams. You can root on our USF Bulls, or also just get out and enjoy our Florida sunshine, whether it's exploring our rivers, our bays. We are home to some of the country's top rated beaches, our parks, and our trails. USF is very diverse. Our students come from all different diverse backgrounds. They hail from all 50 states and 141 different countries. What I love about our system is that I truly do feel like there is a campus for everyone. Tampa is what I think of when I think of a large public research university. In a very traditional sense. If you are looking for all of those opportunities that a large research university can provide, but need a smaller student body or need a smaller community around you, USF Sarasota Manatee or USF St. Petersburg may be the campus for you. USF also offers a lot of activity for our students. We have over 700 different student organizations that students can choose to be a part of. We are a Division I athletic program. We have 17 athletic sports. Within that program, we are a part of the American Athletic Conference. We have over 200 different majors and concentrations that students can choose from. We also have an honors college for students as well. We highly encourage our students to participate in undergraduate research, and it doesn't matter what your major is. If you are interested in research, you are welcome to participate in our interdisciplinary research. You can begin that as early as your freshman year through our Office of Undergraduate Research. We also highly encourage studying abroad. We have programs in over 30 different countries, and what's nice about our programs is that for our non-Florida residents, the USF study abroad programs are actually offered at the in-state rate, so that they can be quite affordable. We also have a lot of opportunity for our students interested in internships, whether it's at the local level, national, or global scale. We do have those internships for you. We offer campus housing to students as well. Sarasota Manatee is our smallest campus at USF, and they do not have campus housing. So if that is something very important to you, I do highly recommend that you apply to either Tampa or St. Petersburg. As a freshman, you are not limited to a type of style. You have a lot to choose from, whether it be our traditional suite style or apartment style housing. Now I want to get into our admissions requirements. So our admissions application process. We require 4 items for our application process. Our online application, we have one through our website. We are also part of the Common and Coalition applications. We do require a $30 application fee, but we also accept ACT, College Board, and NACAC waivers. We do need your official high school transcript. Your counselor can either send that directly to us or through the Common or Coalition applications, and we do require the SAT or ACT. Those need to be sent from those respective organizations, ACT or College Board. Also on this slide is our admitted freshman profile. This is the middle 50% of our admitted students from last year. So I just wanted to include that snapshot for you to take a look. USF is a rolling admissions university, so we do tend to get progressively competitive as we move through the year. So there are some important deadlines that I want you to keep in mind. Those are listed here. For the admissions process, the 2 most important ones are our November 1st priority deadline and our February 15th application completion deadline for scholarships. I do highly recommend that you at least apply by November 1st. So that you meet that priority deadline, but certainly complete your application no later than February 15th so that we can review your application for any of our merit-based scholarships. Those are listed here. So this is just a list of all of the scholarships that we offer and what is required for those scholarships. So again, just make sure that you're getting those in you're getting your files complete by February 15th so that we can consider you for those. Just to give you an idea of our cost of attendance, our cost of attendance is a little over $34,000 if you include tuition and fees, books and supplies, and room and board. Tuition and fees is a little over $17,000. And then finally, I just wanted to give you my contact information here. Again, my name is Melissa Shurak. I'm your admissions advisor. We do have a virtual tour and a virtual open house coming up on October 14th if you are interested in learning more about the university. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, USF. I see some questions starting to come in, so attendees, please don't be shy. Go ahead and send whatever questions you may have to our panelists. It's a great opportunity to ask them all sorts of different questions about their schools. Up next for us this evening is Christopher Newport University.
All right, sorry about that. My name is Yoma Miller, and I am the Associate Director of Admission at Christopher Newport University. Just a little bit about our school. We are located in Newport News, Virginia, which is just about 20 minutes from Colonial Williamsburg, about 45 minutes from Virginia Beach. So a coastal community in Virginia, so water everywhere. We are classified as a small to medium-sized institution with 5,000 students. Our typical classes, over 60% of our classes do have 19 students or less, so we do keep our classes small. Our campus is about 260 beautiful acres, and that is surrounded by suburbia. And we offer over 90 different majors, minors, concentrations, and advising tracks. As a liberal arts and sciences institution, we do not require that you commit to a major until second semester of your sophomore year. So you do have plenty of time to make an educated an educated decision about a major, and also work closely with your academic advisor, your core advisor, to make an educated decision on a major. We are NCAA Division III as far as athletics, 24 intercollegiate sports to choose from. If you do not see 6 o'clock in the morning practice in your future, or two-a-days or anything like that, then maybe signing up for one of our club or intramural sports is a better fit for you. So those are also offered at the university. We offer over 200 clubs and organizations, and that really is a lot for 5,000 students, and that truly speaks to the nature of our school and the culture of our school. Our students are involved. We fondly like to say that it's not the place for spectators, and we expect our students to get involved on our campus. We have anything from your expected things like sororities and fraternities, faith-based organizations, cultural organizations, environmental organizations, but we do also have those unique and diverse clubs like our Disney Princess Club or our Chicken Nugget Appreciation Club. Those are real clubs on our campus. All it takes is you and 9 other students to create a club or organization of your liking. So if we don't have something that you're genuinely interested in, be that trailblazer and find those 9 other students to start a club or organization via the Dean of Students office. I always like to tell students and their families very early on that we're a highly residential campus. We do require that our students live on campus freshman, sophomore, and junior year. That is definitely unique, and especially for a public school. But every study shows that students that live and learn together are more successful academically and personally and socially on campus. So that's why we encourage and require that students live on campus for those first 3 years. Now, most seniors do want to continue to live on our campus because our residence halls are ranked top in the nation, top 10 in the nation by the Princeton Review. And students do go into the lottery system in their senior year if they would like to continue to live on campus. As far as the application is concerned, we typically get about 8,000 applications every year for a freshman class of 1,250. And as far as the what we're looking for in a candidate, I would say a competitive candidate is somewhere in our middle 50% of a 3.5 GPA to a 4.0. Now, of course, middle 50% simply means that 50% of students are somewhere in that area. So there are about 25% of students that are below a 3.5 and are still offered admission because we truly pride ourselves on a holistic review process. We do recognize that you're more than just numbers. And so that's why about 25% of students may be below a 3.5 and are still offered admission. We do honor your weighted cumulative GPAs, and so that's how we end up with 25% of students above a 4.0 in our middle 50%. Our mid-range SAT score is 1160 to 1280, and our mid-range ACT score is 24 to 28. Now, we have been a test optional school for over 10 years and will continue to be one. There's always been a caveat of we're test optional for students who have maintained at least a 3.5 GPA. For this year, we are going to be test optional across the board, so there is no minimum GPA requirement to apply test optional. And that also includes for our merit-based scholarships. So the first time we are going to also allow students to apply test optional for merit-based scholarships in addition to general admission to the university. I want you to keep our application deadlines in mind. We do have early decision, which is a binding commitment to a university. As my colleague said earlier from High Point, applying early decision to a school is a huge investment and a big decision. So keep that in mind. Our early decision deadline is November 1st, and students are notified on December 15th. And our early action deadline is December 1st with a notification date of January 15th. And then there's still regular decision, and that deadline is February 1st with a notification date of March 15th. Like most things in life, the early bird does get the worm, so we do give priority consideration for admission to those students who apply via one of our early application deadlines. So be sure to keep that in mind. If you'd like to come and visit, we are currently open for campus tours by appointment only. We are taking every precaution, so we are only allowing one student ambassador to give a tour to one family unit. So we're not intermingling different families together to be precautious. So if you want to come for an interview or come for a campus tour, I would encourage you to sign up for an appointment online. We are also offering those interviews in person as well. And you can sign up for one of those on our website, cnu.edu. And those interviews are conducted Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Interviews are a great way for us to learn more about you holistically and add more to your application besides just the paper application. So I would encourage and leave you with the ideas of coming for an interview and signing up for a campus tour, whether that's online or in person. Thanks so much, and you all have a great night.
Thank you very much, Christopher Newport. Now we're going to move into our final presentation for this evening, Marymount University.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Sophia Hines. I'm an admissions counselor with Marymount University, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about my university. So just generally about Marymount, we are located in Arlington, Virginia, just about 6 miles outside of DC. So that does come in handy when it comes to your internship, which I'll mention in a moment. And we do have a pretty small campus. So we only have about 2,300 students undergraduate, as well as about 1,000 graduate students. So your average class size is really pretty small. You stay at about 17 students on average per class. So that gives you the advantage to be able to make those connections with your professors and have them as not only basically a personal tutor, but references as well. You can also see we have representation from 68 different countries and 43 different states. So we are a very diverse campus, and we pride ourselves on our global perspective. So that not only comes across in our classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. It is very neat that we actually have 20% of our population is international. So like I said, that does come across not only in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. You can see here our programs, both undergraduate and graduate. if you're looking at the most popular programs on our campus, those are going to be nursing, which is a direct entry program, business administration, information technology, health sciences, and psychology. Those are our most popular on campus, but as you can see what's listed here. We are a liberal arts core, or we are a liberal arts college, so we do have that liberal arts core that you're going to be working with your first 1 to 2 years. So you have some time to decide as to what you are going to study. And within that liberal arts core, I forgot to mention, but we are a Catholic university as well. So what that means is you're going to be taking 2 theology courses as part of your liberal arts core. Those do not have to be in Catholicism. They can be in things like world religion or lack of religion, a lot of different topics available there. It is not required that you go to Mass or that you are any sort of denomination or any sort of religion. We do have a lot of different religions represented on campus, as well as different clubs and organizations. We have an Office of Spiritual Life and Ministry that focuses a lot on the general aspect of spirituality. So you can get involved with that if you'd like, but if you don't want spirituality to be involved in your time at Marymount, it does not have to be, aside from those 2 theology courses. I mentioned that we have some master's programs as well. We do have accelerated programs. So if you're interested in getting your master's at some point, you can come here and within 5 years, you graduate with not only your bachelor's, but also your master's. So you can see those options listed here, as well as our 3+3 program with Catholic University. So you spend 3 years with us, and then in your 3rd year, you apply to Catholic University Law School. You get direct entry into their program as long as you meet their minimum requirements. So that's an amazing program. In 6 years, you leave with not only your bachelor's, but your law degree as well. So some amazing programs there if you're interested in those areas. So internships, every single student is guaranteed at least 1 internship. It is required that you have at least 1 before you graduate, but many of our students will have more than 1 before they leave and have that hands-on experience. I mentioned that nursing is one of our top majors. Within the nursing program, you would be doing your clinicals as well as an internship, and we do have connections for not only our nursing students, but pre-med with all of the hospitals and medical centers in the DMV area. So you really get your choice of where you want to go and what area you want to intern with. When it comes to just generally with all of our programs, you can see many of the places that our students have interned before. So if you're looking at studying graphic and media design or politics or even business, some of our students work on the government sector. We've had students that have worked in the FBI, in the CIA, Capitol Hill, the White House, as well as the business side, so Amazon, HQ2, many options there. So you have professional experience before you head out into the field after graduation. We also encourage you to do research. So there's plenty of different opportunities to do research on campus. If you're studying biology, I highly encourage, this is Dr. Rumkus, and he has a turtle lab on campus. You can get involved with that. Super neat to be able to work with these turtles. There's also snakes there. So if you like reptilians in general, great to get involved with that. And no matter what area of study you have, we highly encourage you to do your research. Our professors support you in whatever research you would like to do. If you want to study abroad, we have tons of opportunities. Many people think of just the typical study abroad for a full year or study abroad for just a semester, but we have opportunities that are shorter than that, such as month-long, 2-week-long, and week-long opportunities. Including for our first-year students, we actually have a program where you go the week before orientation with a class of other first-year students. Next year, they're going to Ireland, so if you're a senior, you could absolutely get involved in that. We have tons of clubs and organizations available on campus, lots of different ways to get involved, as well as sports, intramurals, and club sports. So there's tons of different ways to be involved. College is definitely the time to get involved on campus, including one of our most popular is actually our fashion club. And so you're really able to experience a lot and participate in their annual fashion show. We also have Division III sports. If you're interested in any of them, I highly recommend filling out our recruitment form on our website. And you can see our applications details here. Our early action deadline is November 16th. So I highly recommend applying then, and we have no binding application, so you don't have to worry about that. Thank you so much for listening to me about Marymount.
Great. Thank you very much, Marymount. Thank you to all of our panelists this evening. We do have some time left, about 5 minutes, so this is a great opportunity for all of our attendees to ask any additional questions they have. Maybe you have questions about housing or academics in specific, or scholarship follow-up questions, sports and clubs, etc. So this is a great opportunity for you to send those questions our panelists' way. And I'm also going to open up the floor to our panelists. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask of yourself that you think are good questions that students should be posing, whether it be about application process, essays, whatever it might be? So I open the floor to you. Okay, then I will pose a question. So two of my favorite questions are what is a fun tradition on your campus, or what is something about your campus, whether it be a place or a special food item in the cafeteria that you didn't get a chance to talk about today, that you would like to share with the group. And so maybe we'll go back in that same order. So I'll start with high point, either a fun tradition or something special about campus that you'd like to share quickly.
Yeah, so we have a lot of fun traditions on campus, one being that we have a seal on the ground outside of where we have our commencement. So when students come for convocation as a freshman, they walk across it, and then they're not supposed to walk across it again until the day of graduation. It's kind of a really fun tradition, as well as we have a ton of fountains all across campus. So it's a tradition for when students graduate to jump in one of our fountains.
Great, thank you. How about Randolph College?
Okay, we also have a few traditions as well too. One being is that during your course of time, you'll collect a bunch of pins and buttons to as actual accolades. All different departments, all different clubs and organizations, different places on campus have certain pins that you can collect throughout your 4 years here at Randolph. And once you can put them on your shirt, put them on your anywhere in your residential hall as well too, or just put them in a box as well too and collect them. So that's one popular one. And we also have a garden that you do not cross over as well too, or you will not graduate. Also, we have the engagement tower, where it's kind of the vice versa of it. If you step in there before you are engaged, you might not get engaged. So there's some funny traditions that we do have, but it's just the opportunity to be a student leader as soon as you come on campus with our small environment. That's what I say makes us pretty unique and special, that it does not take you long to put your imprint on Randolph's campus.
Great, thank you. This is where you get to learn about people's passions for their campuses. About John Tyler Community College?
So I'm actually going to answer the food question. At one of our campuses, at the Midlothian campus, we've got a cafe. They serve Starbucks, and a lot of students are always coming to class. They have Starbucks. And then the other campus, Chester campus, it has a grab-and-go cafe. It's kind of like Wawa. They have ready-made food for between classes, a big area where you can sit out, hang out with your friends between classes and study. And then also we're located right near a lot of different restaurants like Chipotle, Panda Express, all Panera, everything that I always love eating between when I go on my lunch breaks and stuff like that.
I grew up in Virginia, moved to Pennsylvania, had no idea what a Wawa was until I moved to Pennsylvania. Thank you. University of South Florida.
You're muted.
Thank you, Melissa. One of my favorite traditions, as both a staff member and as an alum who attended USF, is something called our Week of Welcome. It happens every semester, and it's for our students to get involved at USF, really get engaged with our different support services, but also fun things to do, our different student organizations. We have everything from staff out and about helping students find their buildings and where they need to go. We talk about our student support services, our student organizations, but we even have things like a giant a comedy show and a major pep rally. So it's a lot of fun that first week, and students get really excited about it.
Great, thank you. How about Christopher Newport?
I would say one of the most beloved traditions would be at freshman convocation. Freshmen receive their lucky penny from the university. And then as you march the graduation procession, you drop your lucky penny into the fountain. So it comes full circle. So I think that's one of the most beloved traditions at CNU.
Great, thank you. And Marymount University.
Yeah, so speaking of like events, but also food, we do have a Starbucks on campus, and I think that's worthwhile mentioning. But one of our biggest events on campus is, I started to get into it, but our fashion show, it's huge, and our students actually model in the fashion show. So they get volunteers on campus, so everybody gets involved. It's a huge event and really fun, and outside people can come to it too if anybody's in the area. It's an annual event in the spring.
Great, thank you very much. So I want to take this opportunity again to thank all of our panelists for coming, and also for all of our attendees for joining us. We hope you got some good information out of these presentations. Just a few quick wrap-up items. When you close this window, you're going to get a quick 4-question survey that we'd ask you to complete. We'd also remind you to go back to that StriveScan Virginia website and sign up for additional sessions. And that about 1 week from today, the recording of this webinar will be available on the same website. So thank you for coming this evening. Have a great night and good luck with your college search.